This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a bartender and event staffing company? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Nikia Small, with Nikia Woods Bartending. Nikia, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Well, we are so excited today to learn all about you and your business. Please start off by telling our listeners just a little bit more about your company and your background.
So, I started Nikia Woods Bartending in 2010. It started off with myself. Now it is myself, and I have a team of 14. We do bartending and event staffing here in the Metroplex. Actually, we service Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. We do anything from corporate events to weddings to private parties in your home. I've done divorce parties. I've done bar mitzvahs. I mean, you name it. Anything that, you would think you need probably a food caterer for, you'll probably need a bartender for as well. We do mocktail bars, we do coffee bars, tea bars, as well as full-on bartending services, including cocktails.
So, Nikia, is there a favorite type of event you like to be a part of?
Probably very cliche, but weddings. I mean, a good wedding is a time to be had. I love everything about it. I love, coming up with the different cocktails, for certain brides. I love the enthusiasm in the room, the excitement. It's such a joyous occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a part of that? So, weddings are my fave.
Well, it's clear you're passionate about what you do. So let's backtrack for a second. Tell us a little bit more about how you got into this industry.
Okay. I started tending bar in college, broke college kid, need some money. I've worked in bars, I've worked in restaurants, fine dining, casual dining. I've worked in mom and pop shops, hotels. I mean, you name it. Clubs. I've kind of worked everywhere. But the older I got, and as I had my son, working to 3, 4 in the morning just wasn't realistic. And I would have my regulars, they say, "Hey, Nikia, we're going to have something at the house. Can you come pour drinks?" Or, "My sister's getting married. You think you can come pour drinks at the wedding?" Stuff like that. And I kind of saw the demand for it. And I've always wanted to own my own business. I've always been very business driven. So I went for it. And like I said, by the grace of God, I'm still here. I've been here since 2010.
Well, amen. Now let's get into that most common myth when it comes to your industry. So, Nikia, tell us, what is the most common myth or misconception you want to put to rest today?
Probably anybody can pour drinks, but bartending, there's a different level to it as a professional. The mixology portion of it, the cocktail creation, coming up with different and new innovating cocktails, keeping up with all of, that this person at the end of the bar wants a vodka cranberry, that this person wants a Negroni, that, you have like 4 to 7 cocktails, you in your mind. All of that takes skill, the level of communication and customer service, dealing with people. You kind of have to have that personality. I mean, bartending isn't for everyone. People say, "Oh, anybody can pour drinks." No, like that's very much not true.
Well, Nikia, I definitely have more questions specifically about your bartending skills, but let's switch gears for a second. When it comes to marketing, we know marketing is the heart of every business. So, who are some of your target customers or audience? And today, how do you stay front and center in front of them, especially when it comes to your online footprint?
Obviously brides are like, a big part of my business. I would say experience driven people, experience driven clients are my niche, people, um, and that can include brides, that can include business owners, that can include people who like to host holiday parties, private events, things like that. I have realtors as clients, we do open houses. For us, we want to provide a stress-free bar experience. So that's what we provide, and like I said, it's more so for experience-driven clients, for sure.
Well, Nikia, your industry is definitely something that it sounds like takes a lot of skill and education to really understand your audience. Now, in terms of staying in front of your audience, have you ever thought about having your own podcast for the business before?
I have not. That's not something I've thought of. Um, yeah, a friend of mine suggested that I have a podcast. They think that I'm very much interesting and people would tune in, but that's not something I've considered.
Now, outside of work, what do you and your family like to do for fun? I know you said you have a son, right?
I do. I have a teenager. So, we hang out. He's into sports, so we'll do sporting events. We love anything outdoors. So, we'll pack a picnic and go hang out outside. Um, we're into concerts. I very much am into live music and concerts. Travel is our thing, especially like, I mean, I need any reason to go put a stamp in my passport. So, yeah, that's what I like. I like travel and gaming, sports.
Now, circling back to your business, what
Mhm.
is the number one takeaway you would like our listeners to gather from learning about Nikia Wood's bartending, let's say for our brides? They may be listening.
Um, book with the best. We're here to handle all of your bar needs. We offer not just bartenders, but we offer different mixer packages. We offer portable bars, pub tables, event staffing. So if you need wait staff, we offer that. We offer charcuterie. So that's something that we recently started offering just post COVID. Actually, during COVID, we ran a test run, but post COVID, we are still running our charcuterie board services. So, you can book your bartenders and charcuterie all in one. And we would love to come pour some fun at your next event.
And Nikia, final question for you today. Where can our listeners go to learn more about Nikia Wood's bartending?
We are online as far as social media. We are at Nikia Woods Bartending. That's at Nikia Woods Bartending on all social sites. My website is www.nikiawoods.com. So that's www.nikiawoods.com. Feel free to reach out. We would love to chat regarding your next event. We would love to come pour some fun for you.
Well, Nikia, I really appreciate you being on the show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com or call 469-221-9345.